We do have a much nicer weather day today, so we're doing a hard push today, and hopefully we'll find him today. The weather's starting to break here. Our aviation unit is still got some clouds where it's located, but hopefully the sun's going to burn that off, and we'll get our aviation unit up and flying the shoreline. They can go a lot further distance and cover a lot more land than we can. And hopefully with this push today and with the help of all these agencies, we'll have a successful day today in recovering.
First quick question, can you just detail us some of the things that you guys have been able to discover over the past couple of days? What does that investigation look like?
Okay, well, what we're doing right now is we're looking with sonar. We're doing a grid pattern search along the river bottom. If we find anything that looks promising, we'll mark it, and then we'll look at it from different angles. TVA has been very cooperative with us if we need them to shut down the current, where we can take a closer look with cameras or possibly with divers, then we'll do that. We haven't found anything at this point that would allow us to put divers in the water. It's a large search area, and we don't really have, there's no way that we can know how far he's drifted. And so we're just trying to start from the bridge, really look the 200 yards below the bridge as a priority, and then we've got units that are searching even further down below that. And we're just looking for areas that we feel like have enough promise that we can either put cameras in the water or put divers in the water.
Does the spillways being open today opposed to yesterday, does that have an effect, or does it help? Or?
It really doesn't affect the sonar. We're still getting good pictures with our sonar. It would prevent us right now from putting anybody in the water, but they will cooperate with us if we get to that point and shut that current down.
Can you tell us exactly how the boat capsized? Do we know that?
We do. There's a lot of current when these spillways are open. The current at the time of the accident was probably 5 miles per hour. That doesn't sound like a lot, but on the water it is. The current going around these pylons actually appears like a wake of a boat going through the water. The water is pushing that hard against them. Now, what they were doing, they were drift fishing. They got close to the pylon, went back to crank the boat wouldn't crank. It got pinned against the pylon, and then the water came in over the side and swamped the boat and caused them both to go out of the boat at that point. One was recovered relatively quick. The adult male went under and never resurfaced.
So it was a capsize?
It was.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that you guys are working hard, but can you just kind of reiterate the amount of effort that you guys are putting into this search?
Well, right now, we're really dependent on all these multi-agencies that have came, and we've got a lot of them here. I'd say we have 8 to 10 agencies here today, and a lot of rescue squads, fire departments. They're equipped with boats with good sonar devices as well, which it really helps us cover a lot of area. Each one of these vessels has multiple people in it, so we've got different eyes looking at the sonar, and today is a great weather day to get out and try to do this, so we've got a big push today to see if we can't get our goal accomplished.
You mentioned some of the signs of promising signs. What does that look like? What are some things that could point you in the right direction if you happen to come upon them for the search?
Well, what we're doing is we're looking with sonar, and sonar is not like looking at a camera. We're looking at shadows really on the bottom. Sometimes they look like boulders, sometimes they're logs. We're looking at things that could possibly be a body, and if it's promising, if it looks like something that we feel strong enough that we want to, it's a risk to put divers in the water. These guys risk their lives getting in the water like this. It's murky, it's cloudy, you can't really see your hand this far out in front of your face. So we don't want to put anybody at risk until we find something that we really feel is promising.
You guys have called this a search effort. Is it now a recovery effort?
Well, we're never going to rule, well, I shouldn't say never. I'm not going to rule anything out at this point. The water temperature is 50 degrees. Okay, the current is strong, very strong. In order for him to have swum ashore, he would have to be an Olympic type swimmer in that type of current. So at this point, we're looking, we're looking on the bottom, is what we're doing, and there could be that he was drifted up to the shoreline, and we're checking those areas as well. But it's really more of a recovery at this point.
Could you tell us how much time transpired between the crash and when the floodgates were closed? Do y'all know?
We had a presence here at the rock pile within less than 20 minutes, but it probably took another hour or so before contact was made with the lock to be able to slow that down. Some things had to happen, some conversations had to take place, and get everybody on the same page as to what the plan was.
Yes, sir.
And so I would say we would probably be safe saying a couple of hours at the soonest before they were able to slow that down.
Because I know several people said yesterday that some debris had been found, 4 miles down the river or from the crash site.
Yeah, and that's going to float a lot faster because it is on the surface.
Right.
But with all the rain that we've had, we can't expect them to turn the spillways off at this point. They just can't. But they are willing to work with us in whatever we need.
So there is hope that he could potentially still be alive.
I'm not going to rule out that hope.
We're good.
Okay.